Okay, so the last one was just on how to use a compass bearing. This one is, I had to draw and actually name a compass bearing, should I say. This video is going to be how to use compass bearings using trigonometry. So I'm going to make up a little question. Feel free to pause the video and write the question down. I'm not going to write it here. I don't have a lot of room, and I'm going to need to do more working out here. So Elliot was going to Taco Villa, and he walked southeast 20 degrees. So south 20 degrees east, let's say it properly, for 10 kilometres. He was pretty hungry to get some Taco Villa. So he's gone this way for 10 kilometres. And now we just need to know where this 20 degrees is. Well, from the last video, they were always measured from south, never east. So here is our 20 degrees. Now, I want to know how far south Elliot's gone. I'm going to call this S for south. And I want to know how far east Elliot's gone. So I'm going to call this E for east. So where is our right angle triangle? Well, as we can see here, this is where our corners meet. So we may have a right angle. Now this means, of course, that this side is going to be our hypotenuse. Opposite our angle here, this 20 degrees or E, is going to be our opposite side. Now I'm going to stop there because this is actually two trigonometry questions and I don't want to do too much at once. So I'm just going to start off by working out how far east he's travelled. So if I look at this, I've got my hypotenuse side and I've got my opposite side. So that is going to mean that we are going to be doing a sine question. Sine is equal to, sine of our angle is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Now remember, this is meant to help you. It's a formula. It says sine and then pop in our angle. Well, our angle in this question, of course, is 20 degrees. It then says on the opposite side, well, we have an E for our opposite side, so we put the letter in, and then our hypotenuse side is 10. So the important thing we need to remember is what does this line mean? And it means divide. Now I don't want E over 10, I just want to know what E is. So I've got to get rid of this 10. Well, if you remember from your linear algebra course, when we divide by 10, we can do the opposite, times by 10, and they, of course, will cancel out, becoming 1. 1 times E is E. If I times by 10 on this side, I need to make sure that I do the same on the other side of my equal sign. So our E is going to be 10 times sine 20 degrees. Now I'm just going to borrow quickly a calculator. Here it is. I'll put it up here so you can see what I put in. So we need 10 times, now we find our sine button, sine, and of course it's 20 degrees. 10 times sine 20 degrees is going to give us 3.42. So Elliot has travelled 3.42 kilometres to the east. So we've worked out the east. How do we work out the south? Well, once again, we've got to go back to finding our sides. Now, it's not the opposite side. Our south is actually our adjacent side. So now we've got a brand new question. We need to find out south, and we need to use our adjacent and our hypotenuse. So that would mean here, I'm going to do south. This is going to be a cos question. So cos of 20 degrees is going to be equal to our A over our 10. Now we've already done the manipulation over here, and this is the same thing that we're going to have to do. So our final answer is going to be 10 times cos of 20 degrees, which is equal to, well, it shouldn't be an A, that's going to be how far south Elliot has travelled. Now I'm running out of a bit of room, I do apologise. I'll whack my borrowed calculator over here, and I'll put this in. It's going to be 10 times cos of 20 degrees, and we get a different answer of 9.4 if we round that. It's 9.39 if you're doing it at home, but I rounded it to 9.4 kilometres. Okay, so if you have a look there, we've done what I would consider to be a at-standard question. We used our compass bearing. One thing we need to remember is that the angle was in the right place, and we need to be aware that because we're finding two sides, we've actually got to do trigonometry 2 times, but we've also got to use 2 different ratios depending on what side of the triangle we are actually looking for. So I want to keep this one nice and short, so thank you very much if you've been watching. I hope it was helpful, and good luck in class.